Get on top of that thing. Oh, geez. It's starting again. Just when you thought it was safe to date in Las Vegas, forget about it.
Oh, yeah, forget about it.
Forget about it. Thanks for tuning in. This is another episode of Love in Las Vegas with the amazing Jessica Wood. We are not worthy. Oh, geez, even the crowd's going on.
Are we at Wimbledon or where are we at?
I don't believe we're at Wimbledon. I don't like it, yeah. Do I make you horny? Yeah.
But in Las Vegas, it would be the Wimbledon.
Yeah, that's right.
Not sponsored.
Anyhow, we're on.
We're on.
Yeah, after all that.
We're on. Turned on. We're turned on. We are turned on right now.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, well, welcome back. We're here for another episode. I would like to welcome Annalee. Annalee Bell.
Annalee. How come they both go? The crowd and the music. That's
what about
crazy.
the clapping? Isn't there a clapping?
Oh,
wow.
We opted for this.
You need to get it together.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It is early in the day. You need to get it together.
Okay. All right. Okay, it's off now. There you go.
All right. Well,
Sorry,
welcome.
I brought my pet. What do you call those things?
Cricket?
Jiminy?
Yeah,
Jiminy.
Jiminy Cricket.
What do you call it? Jiminy?
Thank you.
Did you bring Pinocchio with you?
I think it's pronounced Gemini.
Gemini.
I think it's
Because
kinda,
astrology is like so trendy right now.
Gemini.
I'm a Gemini.
You know,
Are
like
you?
Yeah.
My husband is too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
When's
No
his birthday?
wonder.
May 27th.
June
March?
4th. Wow.
Perfect timing.
All right.
Oh, Gemini, two-faced. No, just kidding, Andrew.
Oh, I am. I'll
Yeah,
take
no,
it.
it's
I'll take it,
seriously.
He's like I am. He'll
Yeah.
own it. He'll own it.
Yeah, of course.
It's good. It's good.
Good.
All right. So enough about this over here. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Thank you for the look, by the way. This is all
Yeah.
Anna.
It's not. I mean, it's your head and face.
It is.
Yeah.
This isn't AI. This isn't from
Not yet. Give it a year.
Dystopia?
Give it a year.
Okay. Yeah. Because you never know these days. Yeah. So yeah, we have known each other for, gosh, I don't even know how long.
I want to say like 5 or 6 years.
Longer than that.
At least.
Troy is long. 5 years. I met Truth.
Oh my God. COVID messed me up, man.
Yeah.
My timing's bad. Yeah. Because when did Allie move to Nashville?
She lived there for I think 4 years and then moved back. She's been here a year. So
Oh my gosh. So it's probably been 6, 7?
probably about 7 years.
Yeah.
I'd say. But I mean, I met JD before
Right.
her husband,
Yeah.
and then met you.
I think it was the night we were at Velveteen Rabbit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it was the first time we hung out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, this girl's so nice, but like she's all like quiet and meek and she's friends with Allie.
Yeah. I'm very quiet. I am an ambivert. I'm quiet around certain people and things.
You're
and
like,
then-
once you get comfy, you're just like,
Yeah.
whatevs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
She's loud around me. And obnoxious.
Thanks, Andrew.
No, like when we go out, it's not like you're all quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I enjoy it. It's fun.
I'm loud around people that I'm comfortable with. That's how it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Makes
that's
sense.
a compliment.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I
Take
prefer
it.
that.
Thank you.
I prefer that over people who are loud from the get-go because they're overcompensating for their uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
Because then
they're-
I get uncomfortable. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to match your energy.
Yeah.
I feel weird.
Same.
Yeah.
And then when people are like shy, I'm like, oh, I can be like myself, you know, like that's how I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, let's get to it.
Okay.
So Annalee has an extensive modeling career. She does makeup. She's worked with a lot of big time people. But she is such a different person than from what you see on her pictures. I mean, she isn't. I mean, this is all her. This is all
Wait,
her.
this isn't AI?
This isn't AI. Not yet. But yeah, she like you could when I first met you, I was a little intimidated because I was like, oh, it's like this model chick. She has like over 300,000 followers. Blah. And then I was like, oh, she's a sweetheart, you know, and like she's very humble and down to earth and genuine, you know. So yeah, I know a lot of your stories with dating, but if you want to share anything, how is it? I mean, you've been married for
4.5.
I was like,
And I've been with my husband for 9
years.
Oh,
wow.
actually, yeah, this month. In 2 weeks, it'll be 9. Wait, no. Oh, yeah, 9 years.
See,
Wow.
I even went
Wow.
to your wedding, and that was 4.5 years ago.
Yeah, it was a few months before COVID.
See,
Yeah.
see,
And I don't know.
Yeah.
Timing.
yeah, crazy.
Well, at least it was before COVID, right?
It was, yeah,
Yeah.
it was Halloween.
Yeah,
Before
it was a
COVID.
Halloween
Yeah.
themed wedding. It was
Oh, what
really cool.
fun.
Everyone had to dress up as a movie character. I did Jessica Rabbit. Let's
Oh, dude,
not
she was
talk
so
about that.
hot.
No,
No,
I was
think I saw those
overweight and
pictures,
she
yeah.
looked so good. And she was so hard on herself. I'm like, bitch, you look good.
Yeah.
Can we cuss on this?
Of course.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, it's Vegas, I
Fuck
assume.
no, you
but
can't.
like, what the fuck?
Fuck no.
Yeah, that was 4.5 years ago. Mhm.
Yeah. I know everything's going so quickly now too.
Yeah.
So,
It's like COVID sped up and slowed everything down at the same time somehow.
yeah,
Just nothing makes sense anymore.
I know.
Kinda where I'm at.
Still processing like 2018. So.
Yeah. Thank God for therapy.
Yeah. So, how was your dating life before JD, or how did you find him, or want to talk about
Dude,
that?
yeah, our story's wild. So I moved to Vegas a decade ago. January 4th was my 10-year anniversary. And I certainly did not come into Vegas thinking I was going to find love, especially not marriage type love. I was a serial monogamist before that. So I dated a guy in high school for, I think 2 or 3 years. And we had been friends since like 4th grade. And totally thought we were going to get married, and then realized in our senior year that was not the thing. A week after I broke up with him, I started dating a guy that I worked with at PacSun. And that was like 3 years on and off. Worst relationship ever. I mean, it was like abusive and everything. Like just all the horror stories packed into one. Gave me an STD. Thank God it was just chlamydia, so I could like get rid of it. But I'd only slept with one person before him. So I didn't know. I was also like brought up super conservative Christian, and in Amarillo, where I'm from, our sex education was, and we got a little bit in biology, but we had a program called Worth the Wait that taught abstinence. And so they would take us into the auditorium and just show us pictures of genitalia with like crazy STDs.
Ooh.
I think we
Yeah.
kind of had the same thing where they
Yeah.
would just like horrify you. with,
Horrify you. Yeah.
this, don't have sex.
Yeah.
This is what's gonna happen.
But
And
it's
we're
like-
oh,
Being so afraid of it, I didn't remember
yeah,
a lot of the symptoms because I think I just tried to block it all out. But yeah, anyways, so that guy was like nutso, but I'm glad that I experienced that at like 19 to 21, 22. And then I was like,
You're
never
done.
again.
yeah.
And then after him, I actually started dating my ex after him because I didn't want to go back to him. And I'm a very committed, faithful person. And I knew it was going to be tempting to go back to him. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just start dating this guy I'm hanging out with. And at least if I can commit to like 2 or 3 months, I'm sure I'll be over him. Ended up dating him for 4 years. And the only reason we broke up was because I moved here.
Oh,
And
crazy.
we're still friends. I've literally no hard feelings against him. He wanted to stay there and like have a family. And I was like, I want to see what I can do with my career.
Mhm.
So I came here and I did the wild Vegas thing for about 7 months. And then I met JD.
And what's a wild Vegas thing?
I just like partying a lot. Like I'd say at least twice a week. I was like out at the club, chilling,
club.
drinking. And then for a while I was going to CrossFit when I first came here, and I was partying with I was actually seeing a guy from CrossFit, and we would often like go out and party at like XS or whatever. And then we'd go back to his place, crash for, I don't know, 2 hours. Cause here we stay up till 4 or 5. We go back, crash, wake up, eat a Quest bar, and go to CrossFit.
Oh my god!
At 25, 26,
Just-
you can do those things.
Yeah, I was like, if I did that now, I'd die.
Yeah.
Heart attack.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it was funny. The way I met JD was I moved in with some friends here, And we were out at Artifice one night, and I wasn't planning to go out that night, so I was not made up or anything. And they knew JD from the goth scene, and they introduced us. And JD he wasn't rude, but he was very like kind of aloof about meeting, I guess, and like it's not like I ever expect people. It's not like I ever expect people to be super interested in who I am or think I'm hot or whatever. But it was just a kind of dismissive thing almost.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, but he had been there drinking a few hours before we got there, so there was that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't really make an impact or anything. And then a couple months after that, I was on Twitter one day and I had posted or I retweeted I retweeted a shirt folding video, and I was like mind blown or something, and he replied to it with something witty. And I'm like, who's this guy with this witty comment? And I go to his profile and I'm like, oh, I remember meeting him at Artifice. So I followed him back because I knew he was a TV host. And, I didn't just follow random people back. It was like, you got to be in the industry or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of a friend. So, I follow him back. We're chatting there. And then I get suggested as a friend on Facebook. And so he adds me there and we start messaging on Facebook. And then my friend was having a birthday party and I invited him because we'd been like, actually our messaging had progressed to texting at that point.
Ooh.
Yeah. He gave me the old, I'm not on here very much, so if you ever want to text me. And I'm like, bitch, we're chatting every day. What do you mean you're not on here very much?
Yeah.
Like we're both
on
on
here
here.
for me.
Yeah. So we started texting. I invited him to my friend's party. The first time we hang out, I was doing more adult work at the time, not like actual porn, but I was doing a lot of like just nudie stuff. So I was like very naked on the internet, and I was filming this little like striptease thing at Artisan. And it's just my two friends in there that are photographers. They're shooting stuff for me. And then JD gets there. So they go down and get him. He comes in and I'm like in the corner in this little fishnet teddy thing. And it had like a snap crotch. And as I'm like trying to be all playful with the top of it, the crotch just unsnaps and flies open. And it's not like I'm layered or anything, right? Because that was my outfit. So my cooch is just like, hello. Just, hi,
Like,
JD.
hey.
He did not bat an eyelash, like was not bothered at all. And I mean, from the get-go, I mentioned that I had done porn in the past. It wasn't something I wanted to pursue, but I was just like, I'm not going to fuck around with people wasting my time. Like, you're either going to accept this and be okay with it or not. And like, I don't want to deal with you if it's going to be an issue. He genuinely didn't care. I was like, okay, this guy's pretty cool. So we keep hanging out. We go to the Fright Dome black carpet opening together. Had a ton of fun. I go back to his house afterwards because I had parked there. We rode together. He didn't invite me in. Didn't like hold my hand and try to kiss me, nothing all night. And I was in like a sexy little PVC dress and everything. And I was like, oh, okay,
Maybe he's not interested, or
yeah, maybe
what,
he really just wants to be friends. I kind of thought he was gay too, or bi. Like he was just very, he's very like metro.
right.
I guess it's such an outdated term, I feel like, but it's very metro.
I mean, we're familiar with it.
yeah, us millennials.
Yeah, it's millennial.
But yeah, so he like didn't invite me in or anything. And then he asked me about going to the drive-in, which I didn't know we had one here. And so we go to the drive-in. He was like, what's your favorite drink? And at the time I was very like trying to stay skinny because I was modeling. I'm like, vodka water with lemon. So he goes and buys like vodka, brings some bottled waters, some lemons. And I loved donuts. I still love donuts. He went and got a box of donuts, and we go to the
How are you
drive-in.
being skinny with donuts, though?
Well, I'm in moderation.
Yeah.
And I got very drunk, like very drunk. When you have unlimited booze and you're at a drive-in movie, like I was just real boozed up.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, we can watch another one, like you kind
The
of.
next one. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just stay here parked.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we actually drove to another lot, but yeah, the buzz didn't go away. And he was like, well, it's fine. Like, you can chill at my house for a little bit. We watch another movie if you want. I'm like, okay. So we do that. I was still buzzed, and I was drinking a lot at that time, but I was so buzzed. And then we watched another movie, and I was like, I still can't drive. Yeah.
3 movies in. This is at least 6 hours.
Yeah, it was like midnight by this point, and I was like, I still can't drive. I lived in Centennial at the time, so I was like, I can't drive 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Buzzed, and he's like, yeah, it's fine. He's like, I have a guest room, or you can have my bed or the couch, like whatever you want is fine. And there was no hinting at like join me in my bed at all.
So wait, did you want that to happen?
I was like really into him. I mean, I found him.
Is that why you were so buzzed?
No, I was genuinely like. I mean,
You're like, I can't call Uber. There's no such thing at this time.
So, he was not like trying to make a move at all, and I've never had that happen before. So I was like, well, I guess I'll sleep in your bed with you. And he's like, okay, super nonchalant. I was like, this fucker, like, not giving me nothing to go on.
He doesn't want me.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't sleep with my pants on. And I remember saying it all like snarky. And he was like, that's fine.
Listen, I'm going to get naked. Are you going to be okay? Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. By the way, I think I left out the part. The reason he was following me on Twitter was because he had my friend's magazine that I was on the cover of, and it was a nude edition of their magazine. So I was topless on the cover and like naked throughout. And he had found me on Twitter from that.
Oh.
So this is why I'm like getting all these mixed signals. And I'm like, I know how you found me.
Mm-hmm.
So as we're like hanging out or whatever, we're chatting and like go back to the bedroom or whatever. Sometime also during this evening, I think it was while we were at the drive-in still, come to find out this fool didn't even remember meeting me at the bar. He literally only followed me on Twitter because of the magazine. So he didn't even know we'd met in person. He thought I just followed him back just because. I was like,
it's because you didn't have like the makeup, the done up, the boobs out.
Yeah, to this day, he does not remember. It was like, so this is our third time hanging out that he tells me he didn't know that we'd met in person before that.
And then as soon as she's naked, he's like, hey.
I recognize those nipples. I've seen those nips.
I've seen you at a bar before, right?
Yeah. So then we end up, I go like get in his bed or whatever, take my pants off as I do, and nothing, like doesn't reach for my hand, doesn't like roll over to like kiss me, nothing. And so I finally, we're both like laying on our backs. I just rolled over and like, kind of, oh my God, I keep hitting this. I like put my arms on his chest and just kind of was like, so what is this? Like, what are we doing? And he just said that he was trying to be a gentleman and didn't want to like pressure me or make anything happen before it was too soon or whatever if I wasn't ready. And I was like, who are you?
Like, this never happens.
Yeah.
Never.
And we did end up hooking up, but we didn't have sex. It did, like, when it came up, we both were just like, kind of feel like waiting. And it was very out of character for both of us. So
yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. And that was 9 years ago.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And you still haven't slept together.
We still have not slept together.
That guy's one. He's a cool cookie, that guy.
He's a cool cookie.
You're like,
he's never asked for my cookie.
What the fuck? This is insanity.
I'm waiting for Jesus, guys.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I am Virgin.
I am Job.
I am Job.
I am Job.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy because obviously it worked out.
Yeah.
So it's good. You were trying and he was like, I'm going to be a gentleman. And
it was so weird.
It's good. You know why? Because I think if you had just hooked up really quickly, it may have changed the way things turned out.
Oh, I mean,
you just never know, right?
For sure. And the thing is, like, neither one of us were prude. We're both like experienced. And we actually even at like, I don't know, several months into hanging out and like sleeping together, we went to, I thought we were going to have the talk about like being exclusive because we were casual for several months.
Mm-hmm.
And I go over to his house and he has the talk with me about taking a step back and just being friends.
Wow.
Whoa.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And he had already invited me to spend Christmas with his family. So the first time I'm meeting, by the way, like for people who don't know, his family is Drew and Jonathan Scott of the Property Brothers. So I've never met them. And I didn't want to go home for Christmas because I'd just been home. And he was like, you should spend it with me and my family.
Yeah.
And a month before Christmas, he's like, let's take a step back. And it was because he was still dating I don't want to say dating, people get confused, but like sleeping with, hanging out with other women. And he just wasn't ready to stop. And I actually had just started to like experimenting with women at that time. I mean, I had a little bit before, but like solo, I guess. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just take this as time to like explore that and see how things go. And it was fine. Like it lasted probably 2 months, us just being friends. By the way, at Christmas, I still shared a bed with him. Like the family at that time, they would all spend the night at his brother's house here, and then like wake up and do Christmas. And so like we shared a room.
Yeah.
As friends, shared a bed, Christmas Eve night.
Wow.
But did the family know you were like friends, or did they think you guys were dating or like a couple?
I mean, I know they knew, you know, like it was more than friends, but not in a relationship, you know, that whole, whatever they call it now, situationship.
Yeah, situation.
Yeah.
These kids these days.
Yeah, it's in the dictionary now.
Yeah. But it was like a month after Christmas. We started sleeping together again. And then it was a couple more months after that. I just told him, I was like, yeah, so I think I'm not cool with the like other people thing anymore.
Damn.
It was all right for a little bit, but
well, at
like,
least
it's
you
not now.
stood up for yourself and were like, hey, listen.
And he was totally respectful. And
then what?
Yeah, so he was actually I don't want to throw him under the bus, but like
throw him, yeah.
Throw him.
I mean,
throw that husband under the bus.
He was I don't want to make anyone else feel bad. He was traveling somewhere and he had been hanging out with another woman that he'd been hooking up with. And it was the first time he told me he loved me over text while he is somewhere else with
this person.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I was pissed because that's a very, for me, I'm like, I'm a really like, I want to say this in person. I want it to be deep. But I mean, he meant it. I still make fun of him all the time for that. But yeah, so he did that. And then when he got back, I was like, we need to have like I actually told him before he left that I wasn't okay with it anymore. And he's like, well, I understand, but I do have like some stuff coming up. I was like, fine, whatever. We'll talk when you get back. And we did. And we were just, honestly, like, if I could ever give anybody advice for a relationship, it's to have a serious conversation before dating, because we sat down and had like a talk. We were like, what are your expectations? What are your goals for this relationship? What do you want long term? Do you want kids? Just kind of like general, this hat, just general, like, what do we want out of life? And like, how do we deal with things? And it was just, I've never done that with anybody before. You know, you kind of broadly do, talk about like dreams and goals and if you want kids or not. But this was like detailed, and I was very interested in polyamory at the time. And so we had to talk about all of that stuff too. And like, like threesomes and just very specific things that I was interested in. And we weren't, hadn't talked about those sort of things before. So it's just really helpful to go through all that.
Yeah.
When did that talk happen? Because I've dated women who have that talk on the first date. It's kind of scary.
Well, we'd been,
that was after they're dating for a while.
It'd been about 6 months of us sleeping together, taking that break, starting to sleep together again. But we've been friends the entire time.
Right. Okay.
So 6 months.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Oh my God. If he would have done that on the first day, I'm like, it's a lot, bro.
First of all, you're shy. And second of all, I don't think so.
Yeah. But I think he was just, he's also 12 years older than me. So there is definitely like a life experience thing and like a maturity that he had that really helped us.
Yeah.
Be smart about talking about those things ahead of time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. It's like a Biden maturity. Hey, I know more than you. Hey, jackass.
Jackass.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know it.
I don't know.
You never know. Perfect. Well, I know we're pressed Oh God, you're
This is
pressed
how
on time.
I get Jessica to know that we're kind
It's
of
like the Oscars
winding down.
music when you talk too much and he's like, quit it.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't have enough time, so we have to do a part 2 with you.
Oh,
for
girl.
sure.
Hell
You
Yeah, I
are-
told you while I was doing your makeup, I was like, I can talk. So
Yeah, I know, but we also need to talk about other stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, the R-rated shit.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
lot of that.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
It's
Yeah.
okay. We're gonna cut in some videos.
Yeah. Have fun.
Can you imagine? Yeah. It's like, why
No.
would Jessica do that? That's so mean. Hey, yeah, this has been another episode of Love in Las Vegas with Jessica Wood. And
Thanks,
if you want to
Annalee.
get on the
Thanks for being
show,
here.
you know Jessica's number 1-800. Call me. I don't know what it is.
It actually probably would know.
We should put a number up. We'll put a graphic up for that.
Hey, we did have callers on our
Are you
singing
kidding?
show.
Oh, that's right. We had callers.
America's
yeah.
Next Pop Icon.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we had callers.
All right. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Don't miss a show. Crowd goes wild.